Just sit on for a commission meeting, right for it, grab my phone.
Thanks for your help on that. Answering that question. I went back in and
I need to holler at you. I can catch you up
It's on your phone.
You didn't bring that up?
It's recording way in advance. Half the stuff comes out.
Because COVID. Yeah, I'll talk.
Red, how you doing?
Hey, how are you? I'm Steve. Hey,
Yeah.
Sounds great.
As long as the legal department's good.
I'll talk to him. I got some connections.
Quick cough. Clear my throat.
Man, I don't have
My antibodies are super high, so.
Yeah, well,
And his should be too.
mine are.
That's what everybody's saying, and they
Well, I got-
in the hospital.
I got mine tested 2 months ago, and I was up in the 90th percentile.
Math don't do any good anyway.
I know, especially, I'm aware it's Steve.
Make you feel better.
Well, I really feel better.
Man, actually never
Double up
worked.
about this.
You ready to go? I still have three on.
If we're requiring employees to
I got three, I
wear
beat you to you.
All right, everyone, good morning
Morning.
for the first meeting of 2022. I hope and pray that everyone had a great and restful holiday season, and that their ball teams, if it was Alabama, you did all right. If anybody else, you may have another one. So,
You had me beat number 13.
yeah, yeah. So we look at that and let's set our priorities for this year. It's important that we continue the progress that we made in 2021. That we continue to work together and govern as one. That we're all county commissioners. We're not Democratic commissioners, we're not Republican commissioners, we're county commissioners. And that I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart that we have been able to do that this past year and continue to do that in the future, because we are not partisan commissioners. We are county commissioners that represent everyone. And as we remember that as we move forward, let's go to the Lord in word of prayer, because we couldn't do anything without Him. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, thank Thee for everyone assembled today, dear Lord. Thank you for the good health that You've given the county commission and the county management. Dear Lord, as we move forward into the year 2022, we ask that You give us the insight and the foresight to govern effectively as a group, to look out for the welfare of the citizens of Jefferson County and to improve their quality of life. Dear Lord, we ask that You keep us, You guide us, and You protect us. And as we do all of these things in Your name and for Your sake, amen. All right, Commissioner Scales, would you bring us to our 2021 year with your report, please?
Absolutely, thank you. We have the Public Works, Community Services, and Intergovernmental Relations Committee. We have 4 permits, outbound permits. Okay, so we have a motion on the floor. It's been moved and properly seconded. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Commissioner Johnson, good morning.
Good morning, happy New Year to you, Commissioner. I have Community Development and Human Resource Services Committee. I go all the way down to the Department of Community Development and Workforce Development. Dr. Hamilton.
He's not here. I'll move 1 and 2.
I have a question.
Okay.
On number 2, when we do the CARES Act revolving loan fund agreements, if the Frozen Rooster don't repay, is that go back on the county since it comes through us like we do the other CARES Act funds if we
That's a really good question.
distribute them?
No.
Okay.
The EDA funds?
It is, and they've got protection for them. They're taking their collateral, they've got means of collecting.
But it sounds like those are economic development funds that are provided by the federal government, is that correct?
It is, but there's still
Yeah,
protection.
but CARES Act funds that we had, if we distributed them and it was not appropriate, like a municipality, then it came back on us because we distributed. I was just asking the same
It's a
question.
different than what we have.
Okay.
But I looked at it, I reviewed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been first and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I have new business, $25,000 for the Martin Luther King Breakfast for the Community Affairs Committee.
I move that we consider new business on one item.
Second.
Okay, it's been first and second for new business, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, can I get a motion to move the item, please?
So moved.
Second?
It's been first and second to move this item to the agenda, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. This is the end of my report, thank you so much.
Okay, Administrative and Infrastructure Committee have a road and transportation with several items. We have on-call testing from Pate, which is we have on-call testing from Caricon. And we have disposal of surplus county vehicles and heavy equipment. We have a 5 Mile Creek force main replacement project. I need to know the cost of that. On-call testing, material testing for building earth services, and on-call material testing for ECS Southwest.
Move 1 through 6.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And on number 4, you were asking the cost, that's a
It's
payment for track 2. Is that what you were asking? That's what this motion is, I mean, this resolution.
On the track of the right of way. So this is just where those right of way groups get the right of way to them.
Okay. All right, county attorney minutes from the commission meeting December 16th. Theo, would you read those minutes, please?
I defer to Mr. Burgess since she has a more accurate copy.
The only other thing you could do to get out of doing that would you bring me another piece of that pound cake.
Yeah, I'll see if I can make a recommendation.
That was the best one yet. Absolutely.
I ate the last piece last night watching the ball game, and I texted him when I took my last bite, and told him I pretty thank you.
I think we have to be careful, we're getting into quid pro quo here.
Yeah, that's right. It's not $20.
Commissioners, I also wanted to bring to your attention that our COVID benefits for our employees, you extended to January 13th. It expires on the 13th. And
So
just
coming
want to
down
bring
and
that to your
take
attention.
this
We should.
What do you suggest?
I'll prepare something that's appropriate for if you want to move it to the agenda for.
Yeah, we need to advance that to the agenda, all things considered. Mr. President?
So move.
All right.
Need a motion?
All right. I move that we advance the COVID, I don't know if we call it COVID.
It's called the COVID leave program.
Okay. I make a motion that we advance to the agenda for the continuation of the COVID
Leave program.
leave program.
So,
Motion been made and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye?
Doc, when you can't get here on time, don't worry about it. You're good.
No, I couldn't get the
Unless you
Zoom.
just want to sit here and get cut, you're good.
No, that's good. I couldn't get my Zoom link to reach in, so I thought I'd better walk back down here.
We have temporary salary increase for,
Excuse me.
did we not vote for the minutes?
No, sir, we did not. We also didn't move the item to the agenda. You added it for unanimous consent.
Okay, so let's go back.
Move that
Let's
for
move the minutes
consideration.
up. Let's do the minutes first. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We have a motion and a second.
Okay.
All right, now we have a motion for unanimous consent. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Consider one item of new business, which would be the COVID leave
Program.
program. And so that's, all in
Move
favor
that.
of moving that to the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
That's done.
All right.
What is-
Temporary salary increase.
Are we, on the COVID agenda, what are we doing to it?
You're extending.
Extending the sick leave.
Okay.
And
Okay,
Theo's gonna provide a recommendation,
Okay.
right, as a part of that.
I'm sure the COVID dollar should be able to pay that too.
Cal temporary salary increase for Deputy Director of Developmental Services.
I'm gonna do that.
Move it second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Commissioner Knight, you're up.
all right, I'll do the financials.
I'll move 1 through 9.
Have a
Second.
motion. Second, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I have,
I'll move staff
I was
development.
gonna say, I didn't have any questions.
have a motion, do I have a second? Did I get a
Good
second?
second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Budget agenda for information only for EMA to receive funds. Motion and second, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Developmental services.
Got a good thing.
Michael, you ran him out. Z 210037.
There he is.
Z 210037, sir.
That's $500, Dave.
Okay. Unmute, Mike.
We can't hear you.
It's looking really
I
hard.
can
at this
go,
computer.
that's the Truman Abbott and his wife, they're down there at the corner of, Taylor Ferry Road and Warrior River Road. They want to add to their mini storage. I've been down there and looked at it,
It should be coming through, the hour.
and I'll move it.
I have a motion on Z 210037,
Second.
and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, Z 210038. We have 3 taps. I do have a question on this one. We'll go to Z 210039, which is a zoning industrial agriculture for manufactured home in Adger.
That's my area too, I move that.
Have a motion?
Yeah.
All in favor, please say aye. 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 Number 4, Cynthia V. Butler, owner requests a zoning from A1.
I move that one.
I don't know what that is.
That's down in McCall, down in 4985
These are in
Backyard
Jimmy's
School
district, so
Road.
why have Michael when you guys?
35111, there's an existing law office there that they need
Yes,
to
Chair.
comply.
There it is. There you go, we got him.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
We can now. All right, so I have a motion on, you moved it, do I have a
I did.
second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Z, let's go back up number 2. Z,
Order 10 to 6.
There it is.
Z 210038.
That's just in time.
Well, when we run them out of the room, but go back and read.
I think they're coming in.
Trussell's law.
Okay.
Taylor Ferry.
All right, let's go over to district attorney. Then we'll come back to these. District attorney, appointment of confidential assistance, salary. Appointed confidential assistant
Move
salary.
the item.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
General services, we have elevator inspections. Is this Addis or is that Otis? O-T-I-S. I don't know.
It's A.
I know. Is that a different company than O-T-I-S? Or is that a typo? Mr. County Manager, under general services, item 1. Is that?
That should be Otis, shouldn't it?
That's what I was thinking.
I think it's.
Okay. All right, do I have a motion?
Hold on, folks, please. Even if you have a motion on the floor, I have a question
On what?
on the item that you
Okay.
mentioned. All right, so I see that this is a multi-year agreement. Is this a company that we've used before?
I'm not sure. Trish, are you on the line?
I
Hello?
think it was on computer.
Is anybody in?
Otis is a big elevator company.
I know. That's the question.
Commission.
Yes, ma'am.
Contract that says Addis with an A.
Well, this says
Got
this is
it. About the time.
elevator inspections.
She's up there.
Well, we'll look into that. We'll fix that.
I'll find out. I'm pretty sure it's been a company we had before.
No, but if it's a company that we've utilized before, then, that will answer my question. I'm just interested in these multi-year agreements and how we come to those determinations, especially if it is a new company. If it's not a new company and we've used them before, then, I'll be ready for the motion.
I just can't answer that right now. I'm fairly certain that's who it is, because that's one of the top tier groups that do elevators, but I'm not sure. And for some reason y'all can't hear her. I'll find out very soon.
Trish, with general services, are you on the line? Crickets.
You hitting crickets? I move it.
All right, have a motion.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All right, resolution authorizing military service contributions.
Move it.
Have a motion, second. All in favor, please say aye. Jefferson County, Personnel
Good evening.
Board.
I'm here, but I can't hear you any longer.
Can you hear us?
So I can hear you now. Hello?
Hello.
This is Tricia.
Hey, Trish.
Hello? Hi.
All right.
Sorry, I could not hear you. So Regina told me
All right, hang
you were
on.
asking for me. General Services has one item on the agenda. It is the contract for the ADIS elevator inspection. This consultant provides elevator services for inspections and consult.
I guess the question we have, is this ATIS or Otis?
No, don't touch it.
Otis. Okay. Yeah.
Can you hear out there?
She's in the hall.
Sounds good. Go. All right, 2022 is getting off to a great start here. Are you with us, Trish, or no? All right, Personnel Board, contract extension with Falls Facility Services, Inc. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All right, let's go back to our inspections. I think we were on item 2Z210038. Mr. Morris.
Yes, sir, this is,
Oh, sure.
that segment back here. Each 2138 is an application of William Van for a map amendment to rezone the property from C1 and A1 to C1 commercial for a private club. The address is 7590 Highway 78 in the Dora area. The planning and zoning committee is recommending approval of this rezoning application. There was no opposition at the planning and zoning committee, although there were several letters submitted. Highway 78 is a commercial corridor that carries large volumes of traffic, and the property is contiguous to C1 zoning on both sides. There's also a natural barrier that separates the residential subdivision from this property. So staff and planning and zoning is recommending approval of this rezoning.
What kind of private club?
The applicant actually did not specify. It's not a bingo hall, it's not an adult entertainment center.
It's not an adult entertainment, it's not a bingo hall.
Yes, sir. No, this zoning district would not allow either of those two businesses.
What are the allowable business?
Anything permitted in C1, do you have the C1 zone regulations, Michael?
No. C1 is typically most commercial ventures, just to make a slight correction, yes, C1 would allow for a bingo hall,
Okay.
as long as it's operated by a licensed nonprofit, and with the understanding that they can only do paper bingo.
But
All right, let me get a clarification from our law department. Okay. This is unincorporated Jefferson County. Okay?
Correct.
It is my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, that there is no provision for bingo of any type in unincorporated Jefferson County.
That's correct.
So it cannot be, and I need our revenue people, everyone to understand that if this is unincorporated Jefferson County, you cannot issue a permit or a license or anything in which to do bingo, either paper or electronic or anything. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it seems like there may have been some type of confusion on that. But that is the understanding. So I'm going to ask that we can bring this in, but I would like to know what this private club intends to do.
Well, we'll have that opportunity to question
Sure.
the applicant on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then while we're at it, Mr. President, I know you asked a question, and everybody's protective of their area, and I understand that. So, but just from my own understanding, Mr. County Attorney, speaking of unincorporated Jefferson County and bingo halls, right now the Revenue Department is issuing business licenses for that, am I correct?
Correct.
So.
They may be issuing business licenses, but the legality, the question of bingo is another issue.
So what I'm saying, based on what the president just mentioned, then there is no regulations of any kind that we've imposed, which is the reason why the business license can be issued. Is that correct?
Business licenses can be issued to do business,
Right.
but bingo is not legal in Jefferson County because there has not been an ordinance that's passed. So where you have a business license law and the issuance of a business license that is not necessarily to do bingo, you may issue a business license under business code, but there's not a legal bingo operation that can be had in Jefferson County.
But there are.
That there are bingo houses, absolutely.
Yeah, and nothing gets done about it.
Yeah, but that's because to me it seems like it almost sounds hypocritical. I mean, if you issue a license by the county, yet the county does not have, or we have some kind of restrictions in place, I don't understand why we're issuing a business license.
I don't necessarily say that the hypocritical piece may be the case, but understand that the taxes are still due.
I may need to use another word. It just seems very.
No, I mean, you're correct. What I'm saying is that still doesn't mean that you don't owe taxes even on illegal operations. So one that.
So we want your taxes, but we don't want you. That's what it sounds like. And that, I mean, so what I'm saying is that, truthfully, I think that when you are accepting funds from any business, then if we have determined as a commission that it is not legal, then I don't think we should be accepting money as a part of a business license. That's all that I'm saying.
But they're not giving a license based on it being a bingo hall. They're giving a license based on it being business, correct? So and what you said was it can only be operated by not-for-profit, and it's only paper.
In the county zoning resolution, it allows for bingo operations operated by charitable organizations.
I just want to, because we're not, or the revenue department's not giving a business license based on bingo hall.
But to clarify.
No, you didn't hear what he just said.
But to clarify.
He didn't say what, Michael, you said something in contradiction to our legal department.
No, sir, he didn't. Because let me tell you what he did say. His zoning regulations, there have been times during the course of our zoning where there has been legal bingo, back before there was the lawsuit. So the zoning regulations that he's speaking of, if the commission were to pass something that said that charitable bingo was legal in Jefferson County, then those would be the places where those operations would be allowed if the commission were to pass such a resolution. So speaking from his aspect of it in terms of the zoning law, he's correct if there were bingo allowed in Jefferson County.
If it were allowed, it would be in the proper zone.
Correct.
Okay.
So what I'm saying, in essence, to summarily articulate what I'm saying, is that if we have something established by way of the county, that to me is what allows for a business license to be issued. If for any reason that it seems as though we want to get into the business of regulating it, then we need to go and look into how we do that. And in addition to that, you need to also be in a position where we would have some sort of compliance officer or something. If we're not going to invest the dollars in order to be able to regulate this, then I think that we just kind of, making a fuss about nothing much if we're not going to do anything about it and we don't have any kind of enforcement behind it. Because again, to say that they're not being listed as a bingo establishment, that's not what Michael just said. What he said was that it is going up under a charitable organization. So that's that, and if you don't, however you choose about your area, I just want to be very clear, because that keeps being a small rumble here, but it doesn't seem like we're doing anything about it.
That's very true.
So seeing now, Mr. President, we can go ahead and move
Thank
on as you see fit.
Is that a motion?
Yes, it is.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Do we know if there was any opposition at the P&Z hearing? Okay.
There was no one present who was in opposition, although we did get some letters in the mail.
Okay.
Are they in here?
Yes, sir, there should be one or two in your packet.
Well,
There's a couple right there.
yeah, when we do that, we do need to know exactly the quantity of those.
Okay.
And if there's
Yes,
2
sir.
letters, that's one thing. If there's 200 letters, there's another entire issue.
Guesstimation of approximately 20 letters.
20 letters, okay. Of which
So this is only a portion of what?
This is only a portion of what they have.
Z 210041 Calvary Worship Center.
Do we skip over 2?
They already passed.
We just passed.
Oh, okay.
We passed 1, 3, and 4, right? All
1,
right.
2, 3, and 4.
Okay, Z21-41, it's the application of Stephen Gilbert for a map amendment from the institutional 1 zoning district to agricultural, to the agricultural zoning district for residential use. The property is located at 1931 Brookside Road in the Mount Howard area. There was a companion subdivision case, we subdivided 2 lots into 3, which was approved by the Planning and Zoning Committee on November 9th. The Planning and Zoning Committee is also recommending approval of this rezoning, and there was no opposition from surrounding property owners.
Is this a residential or is this multi-family? It's a
Residential.
church, right?
They're selling off one of the lots for residential use. Property doing the multifamily, be single family.
Okay. But right now, the church is used as a home or
I don't know how.
Sounds like the church owns the
Church is
property
being
and they're
used.
selling it.
I'll move though.
Single dwelling.
Second.
a motion second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Z 210042.
Yes, sir. This is an application from Tom Sims with Longleaf Engineering LLC. He's requesting a map amendment from R1 Single Family District to RG Residential Garden Single Family for Garden Home Subdivision. Properties located at 6631 and 6675 Blue George Loop Road in the McCalla area. There was a companion subdivision case re-subdividing the 32 acres into 111 lots, which was approved by the Planning and Zoning Committee on November 9th. The Planning and Zoning Committee is also recommending approval of this rezoning, and there was no opposition from surrounding property owners.
I see that it says the following rezoning case was recommended for approval by Jefferson County Planning and Zoning Commission, and there was opposition in the Planning and Zoning.
There was one person, and his opposition was mostly inquiring about what was being proposed across the street from him.
Do you have an explanation of what he had? Is it in writing?
He did not submit anything in writing, although he was there at the meeting, and he asked questions about, I believe it was stormwater drainage for this lot.
That's a good question. So there was one opposed person.
I would say his question was more of an inquiry than it was an opposition.
Did we answer his questions?
Yes, sir, because he didn't submit a follow-up letter of opposition.
Do I have a motion?
I'll move.
Motion in a second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Now, this next two is kind of interesting. Z 210043 and Z 210044. The same property, one of them is approved and one of them is denied.
I can explain it. There was an error with the way that it was entered in a minute track on our behalf.
Oh,
44 is a different case.
okay, so,
44 is in trouble.
Correct. 44 is in Trussville.
43 is in Mud Creek.
That's correct.
I got one, you got one, Joe.
And the Commissioner, if you would refer to your packet, your agenda for planning and zoning, the correct information will be there. We've corrected the information in minutes,
All right,
so
so
we'll
which-
correct it there.
all right,
And again, we
which one?
apologize for that misunderstanding.
C210043, is that the Mud Creek?
Yes.
All right,
I move that.
all right, have a motion.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, now Z210044, what is this?
Okay, so,
Because it's on the agenda as the same thing as 3.
well, actually, I don't enter the information in the track, but I'll give you the information I have. And that's that this is an application of Meredith, California, for rezoning from A1 and C1 to the I1 zone district for RV sales and service center. And the property is located at 6100 and 6042 Service Road. In the Trussville area, the Planning and Zoning Committee is recommending denial as the property is not consistent with the county's long-range land use plan. And the city of Trussville is also not consistent with the city of Trussville's long-range land use plan. This property is sandwiched in between the unincorporated county and the city of Trussville. So therefore, the Planning and Zoning Committee is recommending denial of this application.
I move it to the agenda for consideration.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, this one's sandwiched in between 2 residential. They're, and I think they're working with them. The Trussville is happy to have them. We're just looking for another location, so that's what.
Are they planning on annexing?
No,
Even if they
no.
annex, they would have the same trouble, and
Right.
that they would need a rezoning to industrial.
Well, that's why I mean, Trussville's happy to have them. I'm assuming it's revenue if they were looking at annexing.
No, it's just the location of putting that. I think Trussville would like to have RV sales and service and stuff.
I'd love to have
But
something to go to in Jefferson County.
It's
Pick
not
up
what's,
stuff.
it's not sandwiched in between 2.
Yeah.
I got one.
Z210045.
This is the last rezoning case for today. It's the application of Robert Miller, who's requesting rezoning from I-3 surface mining to A1 agricultural for a pole barn use. The address is 10065 Taylor's Ferry Road in the Taylor's Ferry area. Property consists of 126.13 acres. Planning and Zoning Committee is recommending approval, and there was no opposition from surrounding property owners.
126 acres for a pole barn, lot.
That's a big old lot.
Yeah, it's way out of rural areas.
Yes, I'll move it.
Have a second.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye. All right, did we do personnel board?
We did.
All right, I have 2 items of new business. They've been through the process, and Virginia just brought them in here. And it's 2 community grants. One's to the Turkey Creek, project, and the other one's for the Alabama Fallen Warriors. One's in 10,000, one's in 5,000.
Move them both.
Second.
Have a motion.
For consideration.
To the
I move
agenda.
For
Have a
consideration.
motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. You move the item.
So moved.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. I'll get y'all the paperwork. It's done.
Thank you, Commissioner. Got one more to go, but I have several of those items like that you just went through that over the holidays were actually stuck in the process. That are good grants that really need to be clicked off on and moved forward. I honored. Would you please make sure that those grants that we have in the process are not delayed and taken care of? And if they are delayed, would you please let us know what's holding them up?
Consideration on
In May.
You can bring them up when he says it's Thursday.
I can bring them Thursday if indeed they get done.
They'll get done.
Yeah.
We just spoke.
Okay.
See, Steve's got all
Fine.
his.
All right.
Steve's
Yeah, I
got
got
all his done, and nice and neat.
I
I've been waiting a long
Y'all
time.
get y'all done, I'm gonna get mine.
Actually, I was gonna suggest,
I move 1 through 4.
yeah, and I second, but I did have one question.
All right.
This is in regards to item number 3, and it's really not for you, Commissioner. County Attorney, I want to know about Birmingham landmarks. Like, how is that established? Because I may want to support that. But I'm interested in who's determined to be in. I'm assuming you're talking about Lyric Theater, is that right?
It's literally in Alabama.
Okay.
They're
So okay. So being got it to where both are nonprofits now? I'm asking, not telling.
Yeah. So,
I'm sorry.
So this, yeah, it's a not-for-profit, it's,
Yeah, we've done that.
Okay, but hold on, bro. What I'm saying is, so this Birmingham Landmarks, basically, they're going to support both of those theaters. But I want to know, in terms of, do you have any kind of background, County Attorney, in terms of Birmingham Landmarks, so that, you know, I'd like to see some historical movement with that. In terms of,
Yes,
You
if
know-
you'd like, Danielle has all the 990 and all that backup information she can provide in your office.
yeah, no, I'm not interested in the nonprofit status. What I'm asking
No, man,
is,
so you can know exactly what it is and what their purpose and mission is.
okay, and would it also list who's already involved in this Birmingham landmark?
They don't have like board members and stuff, but it's got.
No, I want to know the
It's a
existing.
mission, yeah.
Well, I want to know the existing
Structure.
entities that Birmingham Landmark already supports.
I can get you some good contacts for that.
Okay, and I'm saying this really for the record, because I want to make sure that if there are others that are eligible to participate, I'd love to support this 501c3. That's my point. And I'm sorry.
You others to participate with Landmark?
That, yeah, like if, you know.
Oh, you're saying that, does that,
Yeah, so that-
Landmarks have anything other than Alabama and Lyric?
Absolutely, and what constitutes who can be a part of this organization? Because there may be some more organizations that I think would be great that we can incorporate and help support it even more. Did that answer your question?
So this is the mission. It's to preserve and protect the Alabama Theater and other historic buildings such as the Lyric Theater that may be in danger of neglect or demolition, and to find use for these buildings that will enrich the lives of the citizens of Alabama and their descendants, is the mission. So there may be something else other buildings consider, but I know they just do the Lyric in Alabama.
So let me ask this very quickly then while we're on this item. Mr. County Attorney, are these community grant dollars you're using?
Yes.
Okay, so do they have to be community grant dollars or can they be infrastructure dollars?
Depends on what the nature of the ask is.
Okay, so do they have infrastructure needs that you're aware of?
They have a fund that they're trying to do for maintenance long term, so I don't think that would be infrastructure. I don't know. I would have to.
The reason why, because I want to add to this, I mean, I respect the work that Brant Bean is doing down there.
Well, you want we get some more information and you can add to it on Thursday if you want.
Yeah, can we look to do that?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I have a motion in a second. I'll figure this out.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Commissioner Hud?
Anything, Theo?
I've got one item, it's actually been through the system, it's an item of new business. We had some challenges, our third-party administrative contract with Brentwood. It's already been, it's gone through the bid process, but we had some delays in getting our contract finished. But it's been through the system, and we'd asked that.
What's it for?
Our third-party administrator for workers' comp.
Okay.
County manager.
I'll move it to the agenda,
We need to be an item of new business.
or move it for consideration of new business.
Second.
Motion been made and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Move it, aye.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay.
I do. All right, never mind, I'll do the question. have we made any changes to our health policy, our health coverage?
Nothing since the health coverage that was passed when the commission passed their precedent.
But it was purported to us to be no changes in coverage. And I had tests run that were denied, that previously had not been denied. And I do have money to pay for that test. I'm okay with that, thank you. But we may have employees that have this pretty extensive test that if they were depending on that, and that has changed, we need to know. You know, and sometimes these changes occur, and I don't think that we are aware of this commission. Can you check with HR?
Sure.
And risk management, see where we are.
And Blue Cross.
Yeah, and Blue Cross, make sure
They
that,
changed.
because if there has been no changes, I need to resubmit my claims through Blue Cross. Because you can't approve it one year and not approve it the next year with the same coverage, I would think.
Was your rabies test negative?
It actually was echocardiogram, and it was negative. I had a good evacuation rate, everything was good, but based on that, that's something that I do have done on a regular basis to make sure that I am still healthy to get y'all in trouble like this.
Yeah, I've had one, it was covered.
Yeah. So that was just my question. That was a personal point for me. And if we,
I don't think that changed, but we'll find out and reach out.
if anything changes, it needs to come through the commission, because I know we got into a knockdown drag out one time because they wanted to change a lot of insurance, and it really hurt the employee. And
I was gonna say too, and when you do make your inquiry, Mr. Marker, if we can see if maybe perhaps the provider themselves, or the entity by which, for example, that the commissioner went to, if, where I'm going is so that just in case they may have changed their own policies. I know there's a doctor that I go to that they don't use Blue Cross Blue Shield anymore for a particular, and this is internal medicine. You understand? So make that inquiry as well.
Gotcha.
That maybe Kirkland Clinic in this instance doesn't accept Blue Cross Blue Shield as a part of their coverage for their products.
anyone, anything else? We're adjourned.
All right, thank you,
Okay,
sir.
45 minutes.
Okay. All right.